At Leland, we welcome lots of people who are brand new to fly fishing, and one of the common questions we get from the people who just joining the fly fishing cult is, what is a fly line and how is it different from normal fishing line? Well, let's do our best to answer that. I'm holding in my hand a spinning reel, just a common spinning reel, and on it is clear monofilament fishing line. It's typically made out of nylon, and the idea when you're using a spinning outfit is pretty simple. You have to have mass in the form of a lure or weight and bait, and once you get that mass up to speed using the spinning rod as a lever, then the thin monofilament chases the lure or the weight and the bait. That's how you deliver your lure using a spinning rod. If I pick up a fly reel, the first thing is we have a small problem off the get-go. This is just a puff of yarn. It's not an actual fly, it doesn't have a hook, but it's roughly the same mass or weight as a trout fly. So if we were to take this same fly and attach it to a spinning rod, you can quickly see the problem with physics. You can't generate enough mass movement or inertia with just this fly. So we had to come up with a tricky way to deliver that near-weightless lure. That's where fly line comes in. It's dramatically different from nylon monofilament. Fly line, for the most part, is a braided core. That's the inner material. And on the outside are different forms of plastic. But the idea is, by thickening the line, we now have mass. And you can do things with this mass. If you hand me a rock or a spark plug, I can start to move it in a direction I wish. Well, guess what? The same is true with fly line. It doesn't feel like much in my hands right here, but as you start to kind of coil it up, ooh, wait a sec, you start to have some mass. So really what we're doing in fly casting is using this elongated weight we call a fly line, and at the business end of our elongated weight called a fly line, we have a leader. Now this is monofilament again. This is just nylon. They come in different colors and they come in different lengths and so on. And this one's tapered. It starts thick where it connects to the fly line and it gradually gets thinner, and that helps turn the leader over during a cast. So if we review, we're really not fly casting at all. What we are doing is we're moving the mass of the weighted fly line. If anything, we're fly line casting, and only at the end of delivering our weighted fly line does our leader kick over, and finally our near weightless lure called a fly lands on the water. The advantage to our form, though, is that when this fly lands on the water, it's very much like a feather hitting the water. If you go back to spin fishing, there's a splash of a lure or a bobber or a weight and some bait. So we're actually pretty stealthy when we go fly fishing. So that's the main difference. A fly line actually has weight. You buy a fly line, it's one unit in a fly shop. You go to the bait store, you buy some fishing line. That's the difference, and I hope that helps you a bit.